Earth Day once a year. Women's Day once a year. This is a joke. This is a joke. We need Women's Day every week. We need Earth Day every week. We need climate change scare day every week. We need this on a continual basis.
So Socialist Fight Back is like, it's a part of the IMT, International Marxist Tendency. We're a revolutionary political organization that calls for an end to capitalism and implementation of socialism.
It would take a dictator. It would. We need somebody so strong, sort of like twice the opposite of a Donald Trump.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Abrasive Youth. For today's video, I'm going to be interviewing people at the downtown Montreal climate change march. So yeah, this is my first time doing an interview video, so I just want to get people's perspective on why they're here today, if their reasoning for being here is genuine. Because me, I would also like to get my mind changed on climate change. So yeah, it's going to be a fun time. We're just trying to find out why people showed up to the march today, so we wanted to know why you're here today.
Well, I'm here to participate to this huge movement of youth that want to act for the climate, mainly, I'd say. But I'm also here to put a bit aside, to be in front, the message that one of the best way to help with the climate is to go with a vegetarian diet or a vegan diet. It's actually a lot recommended by science, as such article in the huge magazine Science showed very lately.
So we just wanted to know, like, why everyone showed up here today. Like, so why are you here today?
Basically, like, climate change is going to kill us all, and if we don't do something about it, it's literally going to be an end to humanity in this planet. So I think it's just generally a good idea to organize consistently to try and fight the system that perpetuates climate change. That's why I'm a part of Socialist Fight Back. And part of being a part of Socialist Fight Back is showing up to rallies like this in solidarity.
Okay, so like, why are you here today? Like, what do you aim to achieve by coming to the protest today?
Okay, well, I think the environment is really important. So far, we've been treating it really bad, and I think it's a way to say to everybody, it's time to react. We know that the governments and everything, they won't do anything because it's not in their interest. So we gotta show up. We gotta show them that it matters to us and that it's time to do something. It's really time to do something. And as students, as politicized students, it's time to say no. It's time to say no more and really believe in why we're here today and what we stand for.
Sure. Okay, so basically, thank you. We're trying to find out why people came out today, like why there's so many people at the protest. So what's your reasoning for being here today?
Well, it's because as a student in environmental science, the science is clear that we have to act on climate change as soon as possible, and we don't have time to wait for elected officials, CEOs or businesses to see if it's feasible on an economic stance. We know that there has to be a radical shift, not only in the way that we consume energy, but also the way that we build as community and the way we interact with each other on all levels, not only at university, but within society too. So that's why I'm here, to create that sort of change in community too. Because this is not just for today, this is building for the future so that we have a real movement that wants to save humanity and the planet.
So what is your movement exactly? Socialist Fight Back?
So Socialist Fight Back is it's a part of the IMT, International Marxist Tendency. We're a revolutionary political organization that calls for an end to capitalism and implementation of socialism. We stand on the side of oppressed peoples, and we fight against all forms of oppression throughout the world. We also fight against all systems of oppression, i.e. systems implemented by capitalism. We organize educational info sessions, reading groups. We go to rallies like the one today, and we just try and get out there and get people organized and sort of cultivate class consciousness, as we'd say.
Why are you guys here, and what do you guys aim to achieve by coming out to the march today?
We're here to show a community in a very individualist era. We're here to support climate change and try to change all the corporations that are taking the power away from the people, especially on this unceded territory in indigenous lands.
Yeah, I think I'm here just to, because we need to do something, and if this is the least that we can do. I mean, as a group, personally, I think people can do a lot by lobbying and standing up, and by your purchases that you make. But if we're gonna do something in large numbers, this is something that we can do.
Like, I just think I'm here because, like, just to prove that, like, a lot of people do care about the environment, and, like, I think that the government should be aware of what the people want, and, like, we don't want the planet to die because it's the only one we have, and I think it's important to make people aware that, like, we're all together in this, and just that, like, the government needs to do something.
What's going on? They just don't want to do anything, or
I think so. I think, like, the government just kind of is concerned with their own affairs, and they often don't listen to the voices of the people.
The big problem too is that, like, there's a lot of lobbyists, and there's a lot of pressure from the lobbyists. Like in our government right now, Justin Trudeau, he's receiving a lot of pressure, and so it's very difficult. But if we can all together defeat those lobbyists and return to a more peaceful planet.
Why are you here today at the protest?
I'm here because I'm a concerned Earth citizen. I'm 67. I've been a cyclist for 55 years. I've been composting for as long as we could. Ever since they started distributing the brown casings to compost, I've been recycling all my useful life, at least as long as, when they started putting the green bags, the green casings. How do you call those in English? The recycling bins. Recycling bins. Ever since they put out recycling bins, I've been recycling. But I'm very aware of what goes on in this world, and nothing is going on. Example, there's at the most 10% of population in Montreal that actually recycles. Not because they don't want to, because there is no infrastructure. If everybody started recycling in Montreal, it would take buildings the size of that building over there, 20 of those buildings, not in height, but 20 in huge buildings to recycle all of that stuff. And we have a serious problem. If we cannot recycle all of the stuff that we produce, the packaging, we have a serious problem. We have way too much packaging. We have way too many cars. People eat way too much meat.
Why are you guys here today? Like, what awareness are you trying to showcase with what is your movement?
Socialist Alternative.
Socialist Alternative. Okay, so what is this basically? Socialist Alternative.
We are.
Tu peux parler en français aussi.
Ah oui, ok, c'est bon. Ben, en fait, on est ici aujourd'hui pour tenter de faire le lien entre les changements climatiques puis les racines économiques qu'ils ont. Les racines économiques qu'ils ont dans le pouvoir, que l'élite, que les partis au pouvoir, que les grandes compagnies ont de décider s'ils font de la pollution, s'ils en font pas, comment ils vont exploiter les gens ou l'environnement dans leur intérêt. Puis là-dedans, nous, on n'a rien à dire, tant et aussi longtemps qu'on ne va pas prendre ce pouvoir-là. Puis si on veut s'attaquer efficacement au changement climatique, il faut aller prendre le pouvoir où il est puis se le réapproprier.
Donc, est-ce que vous, avec votre mouvement, vous voulez changer le système qu'on a maintenant et vous voulez implanter le socialisme ou non?
Oui, tout à fait. On ne veut pas réformer le capitalisme. On veut s'en débarrasser pour, instaurer un système socialiste démocratique où tout le monde reçoit selon ses besoins et donne selon ses capacités. Pour ça, il faut planifier l'économie. Mais dans l'économie de libre marché dans laquelle on vit en ce moment, c'est pas possible. Tout est anarchique, puis c'est des oligarchies qui décident comment l'économie va se développer. Les monopoles dans les pharmaceutiques ou dans les pétrolières ou dans peu importe quelle industrie, c'est ce que ça fait. Des contrôles entre les mains d'une gang de superpuissants qui décident ce qu'ils font avec. Nous, on dit ça, basta. On n'a rien à attendre de ça.
Very cruel. Now we care because of last summer, because of Greta Thunberg. But before Greta Thunberg and before last summer, nothing was going on. Now we are so damn afraid that next summer will be a 50-degree like they got in Australia. that now we're freaking out. We should have freaked out 20 years ago. But it is too late. We have to really hurry and stop the machine. We have to stop buying cars. We have to stop eating meat. We have to stop buying all of this stuff that is packaged. We have a serious problem. We cannot kick the adults out. We cannot kick the power out. We cannot kill car drivers. We cannot destroy all the cars on this planet. We cannot tell the people to stop buying packaging. We cannot close the food outlets. What do we do? It's urgent we do something. It's urgent that manifestations like today happen every week. Not like Earth Day once a year, Women's Day once a year. This is a joke. This is a joke. We need Women's Day every week. We need Earth Day every week. We need climate change scare day every week. Well, it takes more than Greta Thunberg. It would take a dictator. It would. We need somebody so strong, sort of like twice the opposite of a Donald Trump, that puts his fist on the table and says, "Okay, we stop doing this. We strongly recommend." But if a leader did that, first of all, he'd be assassinated, because we're talking about putting the economy on its knees. How do we do that? Do we stop the economy and save the world?
No to animal products.
So, no cars, no animal products, no packaging. That would be a good start.
Stop killing and eating animals.
But.
And I was about to say I have chicken in my bag.
We're not facing a monster. We're facing a world that has gone crazy. This world was green 150 years ago. Look what we've done. So I don't know. How do we reverse that? I have no idea. I wish you the best of luck. I'll help. I will do everything. I'll keep on recycling, composting. I'll remain a cyclist for the rest of my life. And on Facebook, I give them shit every day. We don't need your cars. We don't need your pollution. We're gonna march! Yes, sir!
I think it's important to show big companies and CEOs that people do care about the environment, and we don't necessarily just want things that come wrapped in plastic and that are detrimental to the environment. I think it's important to use our voice to be hey, what you're doing is not really cool. You're deforestation, killing off all of species, hurting our environment, hurting everyone's health is not something that's helpful to anyone. So I think people of power should be more aware of what they're doing, and I think this is a good way to do it.
And it doesn't start with paper straws. It starts at the top. It needs to start at the top of the system.
If there's one thing you guys could change, right away, you had a magic wand, you could change anything for climate change, what would it be?
I think I would, if I could, in a perfect world, I would try to destroy anything like capitalism or anything that puts a lot of power into that 1%, bringing the power to everyone, living in a more equitable world. I think if I had a magic wand, I would make the world more equitable.
Savoir ça à faire avec quoi, c'est quoi l'idée derrière la pancarte?
L'idée derrière la pancarte? C'est la chance on a la chance de passer un message dans des mouvements de masse comme ça.
Ouais.
Je pense que n'importe qui a le droit de s'exprimer puis d'afficher ce qu'il veut. Le fait de pouvoir se déplacer en masse, on a une plus grande opportunité pour le faire. C'est comme un monsieur qui était déguisé en pharaon un peu plus tôt. Je sais pas si vous l'avez déjà croisé. Je me demande l'idée du message en arrière, mais moi, ça me dérange pas. Je suis content de voir ça.
pourquoi on est là? On est là parce que je suis tombée récemment sur un article de l'ONU qui a dit que si on continuait à faire la vie qu'on mène aujourd'hui, on serait face à des conséquences et on pourrait pas revenir en arrière sur ces conséquences-là. Genre fonte des glaciers, fonte des glaciaires comme on peut voir là-haut. Réchauffement climatique, la pollution pourrait genre juste plus respirer. Puis moi j'ai envie que mes petits-enfants ils puissent vivre. J'ai envie qu'ils soient là sur cette terre. On a eu de la chance, j'ai envie qu'ils aient l'enfance qu'on a eue. Puis fait que là il y a du monde et on est tous là pour ça.
So, guys, we just interviewed a couple of people downtown Montreal. Unfortunately, I didn't get to interview as many people as I wanted, but I did get a couple of ideas. We talked a lot about communism. We talked a lot about ways to help, solve this climate change problem and why people showed up today. So, yeah, it was a really fun time. It was my first march. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in my next one.